Do you want to learn how to play LavaLoon? Well, today we got one of the best LavaLoon players, Carl the Legend, top 23 in the world right now, top 10 finish with LavaLoon, and he's here to teach you and I how to play LavaLoon like a pro. Okay, boom, into the first match, and this is a deck that we see a lot of people play. First off, is this a good matchup?
Yeah, for sure, it's a good matchup. Actually, the deck was the reason why I picked the Inferno Dragon in my deck. So yeah, actually it's a free win. My opponent doesn't have a reset against my Inferno Dragon, so I can get a lot of value out from the Inferno Dragon. And actually, how you play it, you play the Loon, then you play, you play the Lava Hound, then you play the Loon in the back. And in the defense, you have such good cards. You have the minions, you have the Inferno Dragon, which is actually the game changer in this game, and yeah, so
Okay,
that's the game plan.
Do you wait till double elixir to go Lava Hound and you just play it slow until then?
Well, actually, it depends on my starting hand. Normally, I don't, because I think when the opponent waits, he should have a better matchup in double than me. So I play sometimes like Lava first or
Oh
cards.
no, you're a Lava Hound first player?
Sometimes.
No. Carl, don't tell me.
So that's actually how you play it. You just play Loom in the back, I think, and then you can see how the Inferno Dragon gets such much value out of it because he doesn't have a reset.
Yeah, and then Fireball in. The minions. Why do you use the minions over the Skeleton Dragons or the Mega Minion? Is there a reason?
Actually, yes. I think against spam troops and against bridge spam, I already have a bad matchup because of the Inferno Dragon. The Inferno Dragon isn't good in matchups like bridge spam because the Inferno Dragon isn't good against Bandit or Battle Ram. So yeah, that's the reason why I choose the minions, because they are better against these kind of troops.
Interesting. So it's like the things that the Inferno Dragons suck at, the minions kind of help the Inferno Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. I think Mega Minion or with Skeleton Dragons or minions of Inferno Dragons. That's actually how you should play.
Gotcha.
So
and
yeah.
The tombstone as well, quickly. Do you ever need to, like, is there ever a reason for people to use, like, the Goblin Cage instead of the tombstone? Or are you just a fan of the tombstone? Is it better?
Sometimes I think the cage would be better, but I think I got a lot of interactions out of the tombstone, so I can take the most advantage of the tombstone. And also he kites perfectly for free elixir, and it does everything in the cage. And also against troops like Pekka or Prince, the card is such better because of the Skelly Dragons.
Good point.
Yeah,
in this game's over. I know what you mean. The Inferno Dragon gets infinite value. And it's funny, though, because you took the tower on the left with the Inferno Dragon. Is the Inferno Dragon the best card in this deck?
Just overextended on the right, so actually it was a bit luck, but it was pretty 100-0 for me, so yeah.
This seems awesome because I see so many people playing this deck, and if this is a good matchup, this could be your season. Number 1, Carl the Legend. Is it happening? I hate this deck. I think it's absolutely no skill. Do you also hate this deck, or is this, maybe another free win?
Well, I don't think it's a free win. I think I have matchup because of the Inferno Dragon, because when I would play with the Mega Minion or Skeleton Dragons, I couldn't kill the Giant, but I have an Inferno Dragon, so the Giant isn't a big problem. So I think maybe I have a matchup. I took a small mistake right now because I wanted to kill the Musketeer and I activated the King Tower.
Is that going to be really bad?
I would say,
Does it matter in this matchup, or is it already GG?
I don't think so. I think in general with Lava Hound, it doesn't matter if you activate the King, because every troop is actually played on the right or on the left, so the King Tower doesn't matter really. So I zapped now that the Inferno Dragon can go on the Giant. I knew he doesn't have Snowball and Cycle, so the Giant just died.
Easy.
And yeah.
And then this is like, just because he doesn't have Giant in his hand, that's why you go Lava Hound at the back?
Yes, exactly. I knew the Dark Prince was out and the Giant was out, so he couldn't go opposite lane with a Giant Graveyard or with Dark Prince Graveyard. So I just could counter push him. And now I played the Valkyrie because I thought if I would play with the minions, if I would play the minions on them, he just could arrow my minions and then the tower would die. Yeah. So I played the Valkyrie. He also had to defend the Valkyrie, and it was a good trade. So yeah, you can see right now on the right side, I already took like 900.
Wow, that's an ambitious
1000 damage.
graveyard.
Yeah, I don't know why he played this. I don't think it was good, especially because the one minion went back.
That is
So, yeah.
right now. This is a crucial part in the game. Do you go Lava Hound here, or is it? Do you wait?
Yes,
till
yes,
he...
I do for sure.
Really?
Because I know I have the Inferno Dragon against the Giant, and it's important. And I think that's actually the key in the matchup. You shouldn't play the Zap in the defense when you take a attack, because if you don't have the Zap in the cycle, you know the bats can just take so much advantage. So yeah, now I just played the Loon, I played the Tombstone in the outside, and now I try to defend tower. So I just played the minions. I knew you would arrows them, but then I zapped them. I think I played 10 also a fireball, which I shouldn't have to play, I think, in a...
but it didn't matter. You still won.
Yeah, sure.
It
doesn't matter. Now I think I defend everything at the bridge when I'm right. No, I'm not right. Okay, so I played just the Tombstone that the Dark Prince doesn't splash my tower, and just actually it wasn't close. I think I zapped it, and that's how you play it. Just go in the offense with LavaLoon, and I think the key is don't play the zap in the defense. Just try to defend the Skami or with the Valkyrie, with the minions, with the Tombstone, and keep the zap against the bats.
And then for like a lot of people, I don't think would use their minions because their opponent has arrows. You used your minions anyways. He used his arrows, and then you just zapped when the skeletons all finished spawning. Is that the proper way to defend, or would you rather use like the Valkyrie?
Yes, exactly. Actually, it's not a bad trade for me.
Yeah.
When it's 3 for 3 elixir and the minions already killed like 3 or 4 or 5 skeletons out of the graveyard. So yeah, it's a good trade. And also you bait the arrows out of his cycle, so he couldn't play the arrows on the other lane.
Ooh, smart. So you can't use the arrows against the lava pups. Oh, these are big brain. Remember this. If you're playing Lava Hound. Into game number 3 against EGW using Mega Knight. Of course, Goblin Drill. Goblin Drill. What's your opinion on Goblin Drill before we get too deep into this?
Well, I think when other players are just playing one card to counter the drill, like me, I play the Valkyrie just out of the drill, and the card is for sure broken. Maybe it isn't OP, and it isn't that OP because everyone is playing a counter against the drill. But it's obvious when you don't play with Valkyrie or Dark Prince or not with the Lumberjack,
right
maybe
here.
also is good.
Right here, it's gonna get so much damage. Probably. No, but you have to use a lot of elixir.
Yes. That's not good for sure. And in this situation, I didn't knew what he is playing. Sometimes he is also playing a Musketeer variation, not with the Inferno Dragon. So I thought this would be good, but it's not a bad trade. I mean, he just played a Fireball, and so it's just a -1 trade. I mean, and now I zapped the Inferno Dragon. Right, yeah.
So the minions balloon push, I've seen you, like I've watched you on Twitch stream before, and I've seen you do that a lot of times. Is that like almost like a second, like if they over defend your Lava Hound, is that your favorite thing to do on like the opposite lane, is go balloon and then minions behind?
Yeah, sure. And also the Loon minions push is also broken against the Nado, because he couldn't Nado the Loon at the king, because if he would, the minions nearly would kill the tower.
That makes someone subbed to the channel. I didn't hear that actually what you said. Just whoever subbed, it's just bad time, or not subbed but followed on Twitch. Orange, that's strike 1 for you. So how do you get through this Inferno Dragon? Because this is something I always struggle with.
Well, there's a small key how you could kill the Inferno Dragon, but now I think I don't take the tower nearly. And now I just thought, let's do some opposite lane pressure, so he hasn't that much elixir for the right side. But now he zapped, and it was pretty bad for me. You just know I took a tower, my tower went down, and he took a tower, so it was 1-0. I mean, but my big advantage is he doesn't have arrows, so it's still winnable, and I knew it. And if he would play with the minions, for sure it wouldn't be winnable. Now I played the Loon, so that he went on the right side, but I think I get a hit. Let's see. And yeah, Actually, I just asked myself why he did on the third tower, and actually the third tower isn't a big problem for me. I think I can defend it often and I never get field ground because the tombstone is such broken to defend the king tower. But the problem is he has bandits, he has dark prince, he has the drill. Exactly, and I just have the Valkyrie one time, so I have to choose every time where I should play my Valkyrie. But now I played the Loon because I knew the minions are out, I knew the Inferno Dragon is out, so he just could play a Fireball on them.
Wow.
And it was also a good trade, I think. I don't know if I get a tower hit. No, I don't. But it was just 4 elixir for him. And he couldn't go in with the drill in the offense.
Yeah, and that little things like that, like recognizing, oh, my opponent doesn't have an answer to this, and using your balloon, because I feel like everybody goes LavaLoon, 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 but you're one of the players that I see you go Inferno Dragon, Valkyrie Balloon, or Valkyrie Balloon, just recognizing when to get that balloon on tower. And I think that's what players right now, if you're trying to learn LavaLoon at home, figure out when to go in with your balloon. Just timing is everything in this deck.
Yeah, for sure.
So in this situation, is it just like Lava Hound at the back now that you have 2 tombstones down, now you have the Valkyrie down?
I think I played it because I knew the Inferno Dragon is out and the minions are out. And if you would go in the offense, I just have next tombstones, and here you can see it's one of the reasons why I play the tombstone. You just can get such much value out of it. And now the Loon luckily got 2 hits. And now I'm in the damage advantage. My 2 towers are 1-7 and 2-6, I think.
How are you making Tombstone look good? Tombstone, everybody says it's bad. Why is Tombstone, you make it look like it's broken?
Well, I don't know. I think the Skellies are such broken against Bridge Spam troops like this. And now I just Fireball because I knew I have to take some shit damage on the tower, so I win by tower damage. And that was actually close. I think the key was he played both air counters out of the cycle. He played minions out and Inferno Dragon out, so I just could go in the opposite lane with the Lava Hound.
Good recognition. And like even the recognition with the balloon, recognition with the Lava Hound. The one thing I have to ask you though, Carl, is Tombstone broken?
Actually, in Lava Hound maybe, but
it seemed pretty good.
But also there's a lot of other variation where the Lava Hound players plays Fisher. So I don't know. It's a siege card. It works in my deck, but it works in no other deck. And I also don't have the feeling Tesla would be better in my deck, but in overall it's for sure much better.
Yeah, it also has a little bit of bait as well, which is good with the Inferno Dragon and the Lava Hand or the Lava Pups and the minions. So like it works. I think it works. Oh, 2.6. Okay, first off, what's your opinion on 2.6? Do you think it's still viable, or do you think other people, if you're starting off, should play like Hog EQ or maybe Golem because it's easier?
I don't know. I don't think 2.6 is broken, but he was pretty high. I think he was top 50 when I played him, and it's viable, but I think
really good.
It's not OP. I think also 2.6 is for every duel player a free win. So he always 2.6 always loses against drill. So yeah, I don't think it's OP.
That was a good play. A lot of people would have played Valkyrie to defend the Hog Rider there. You just decided let's go Lava Hound. And what do you do here? Fireball zap? Is that every time you fireball zap the Musketeer?
In the normal time, actually, yes, because I know I can't go in with a Loon. And then also can kill the Musketeer. And I went in because I knew he had to cycle 2 cards to get back to the Musketeer. And that was the reason. So I knew now the Musketeer is out. And I don't know how he could defend it with a positive trade. I think he plays now the Musketeer, but it's also pretty expensive for him. And now I can just go in with the Lava Hound, and he has to cycle back to the next Musketeer. So I just go in with the Lava Hound, and yeah, I think it's what is
planning for the future.
Yeah, sure. It was good by me that I baited his Musketeer out. And a 1-1 is pretty good in this matchup because I think you can see it also in this matchup later. You just can play a defensive Tombstone in the back at your tower, not on the left or on the right, on the back on the tower, because if you would play it in the middle, he just could play on lock on and cycle back to the hog. So I just play actually always the tombstone, and he can't kill it. He just could kill it when he plays a fireball in, and that's for sure
genius.
not what.
And like, look, you're seeing it right now. All the skeletons are piling up. Stops. Ooh,
Yes,
does get a hit.
I think so, yeah.
That is okay. So there's a lot to unpack here. So 2-tower game is good. If you lose a tower to get a tower, always good in this matchup. Yes.
It's for sure good, yes.
Gotcha. And then Tombstone, don't play it in the middle because they can log it. Play it at the back so the skeletons accumulate and can deal with these hog riders. Here, what do you do here? Is this another Tombstone?
I think just play a Wildfire on it.
Easy.
And just take some damage and go on the offense, right?
Oh my gosh. And this looks like you're right about this. In a 2-tower game, you're in double elixir. This looks so rough for Bruzani. Feel bad for him. GG's, well played. But it's funny because this isn't a super easy matchup for LavaLoon. There are some players that I've seen do really, really well at 2.6, but I think you've brought it down to a science where it's get to a 2-tower game and then win in the end game. And right now, is this Lava Hound at the back or?
No, I don't know exactly. I think now I'm pretty sure I have to kill the next hog, so I play also a fireball because he can cycle so fast the fireballs and get like 600 or 700 damage on my tower. And now I think I play a loon on the left because I know the musketeer is out, then he just could play a cannon in the middle, and I just have to play defensively and get 1 death damage, I think.
Is that it? That's it?
Made a small mistake, and I think that's it. Yeah. And in the matchup, the key is for sure just play tombstones behind your tower and not in the middle.
Wow, so that's such a small thing, but I guess that just comes from experience and playing this matchup into the 5th game. And this is against Pekka Bridge Spam, which is now everybody's using Fireball instead of the Poison. This is a matchup where it seems like you can... It's a hard matchup to win because you have to take damage. It's similar to that one match where like you only have 1 Valkyrie, you have a Tombstone, and they have the Bandit, the Royal Ghost, the Battle Ram. They have a lot of things. What's the way to win this? Lava Hound.
So actually, in the past, when the opponent played Pekka Poison, it was for sure a matchup for me, and I also played the Mega Minion. And actually, the Inferno Dragon is the biggest loser in this matchup because you can't get any good trade out of it. Because the Bandit isn't good against the Inferno Dragon, the Ghost isn't good, the Battle Ram for sure isn't good, and to be honest, no one plays the Pekka, so you can get value out of it. So yeah.
I didn't realize. So in this matchup, they don't ever play the Pekka?
Maybe sometimes they do, but I don't think often. I think they have 3 ground troops. They have the Royal Ghost, they have the Battle Ram, they have the Bandit, and I just have 2 counters. So that's the problem actually. I just can't play the Valkyrie on something. And now he outplayed me, to be honest. I just thought that I have to keep my elixir because he will go on the left side. But he don't. He just played a Ghost on the right. And here you can see it. I just have 1 ground troop and I have to defend 2 lanes. Yeah. So I had to shoot. And I choose to let go
keep
my
the healthier tower. That's smart. Yeah, I think that's a good play. Do you always fireball the magic archer? I saw you do that in the first interaction. Are you going to do that every single time?
I don't think always, but often, yes. It's a 4 trade. I think I would do it now again when I have the elixir. Well, no, okay, I remember I played him because the magic archer just went down by the Inferno Dragon, and it was a
good
big trade by me. Good trade by me again. And I think in this matchup also a Tombstone in the back is OP again because you just don't have a direct spell against my Tombstone. And when I would play the Tombstone in the middle, he just could play a magic archer or something like this, and Tombstone would die. So yeah, now I just build a huge push. And the problem is, you can see how the Bandit interacts against my Tombstone. Actually, he just hashes into my tower. It's a weird interaction, but it's okay.
That's so funny. So we've been tombstoning wrong our whole life. The entire Clash Royale community. We always put it in the middle. You should have been putting it at the back. That's so funny. Fireball comes in. Balloon's gonna get on tower. Ooh, never mind.
But I think the magic archer dies, so it's no problem. And I could go in with the next tombstone, I guess. Well,
Carl the Legend and a Tombstone. Name a more dynamic duo. And Inferno Dragon takes the tower like that. I was looking at that beautiful Tombstone.
also, I didn't realize it when I played because actually the opponent always have something to distract the Inferno Dragon. He has Bandit, Battle Ram, Eris, Zap, Fireball, but that was a win.
He just gave up. I don't blame him. Those tombstones were too OP. One thing that you do a lot is when you have the Lava Hound, the Balloon, the Inferno Dragon all on the one lane, I see you a lot of times just go Valkyrie opposite lane. Is that something that people should be doing just to force out Elixir? Because like I think a lot of people would go Valkyrie same lane, but then that's too much fireball value. Is that something you should be doing, telling other people to do?
I think so, yeah.
Good, cool. And I guess the reason is just to force out a little bit of Elixir. If it gets on tower, it will deal a lot of damage, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, exactly.
Good to know. Good to know. Into probably the last game, and before I keep forgetting, Carl the Legend, do you think there's any card in Clash Royale that needs a nerf? Top 3 cards to get nerfed for next season or 2 seasons from now. What do you think?
I think for sure the drill.
Boom.
Maybe also the E-Giant is pretty strong. The Mada, which is strong, and the Tesla. Yes, I think that's the top cards. Maybe also something in Lava Hound would needed a nerf, but I can't say really what is this.
Yeah, you don't want to give out the secret. You just want them to try to figure it out. Very smart.
Exactly.
I like it. I like it. Do you have? I guess this is gonna be kind of biased, but do you have like a favorite pro player? Is there a pro player that you're like, yeah, this guy's the best player in the game right now?
I would say Morton for sure.
I assumed you were. I was gonna. He's kind of insane these days. He's
Yes, for sure. He is on the one side content beast. He's uploading so much videos, and also he's a pretty good player. And I think no one else is a content and a pro player in this way like him.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. I only do content, and he streams more than me. He makes more YouTube videos more than me. He's better at the game than me. I can't compete. Oh god, I gotta step my game up. Oh, this is an eye opener. Oh, this is a matchup you didn't go Tombstone at the back. Why is that? Oh, just for the Giant?
Yeah, because he could go in with the Giant Skami, and that's why I need a Tombstone. So every Skelly would get kited to the Tombstone, and I did a huge mistake at the start, but now I knew he doesn't have the minion horde in cycle, and he just have bats, zap and arrows against me, so I just could go on with the Loon and took his tower. Now I know I have a big advantage, a big elixir minus, but it's okay. It's okay actually. The Valkyrie is such broken against the Giant Skami trick.
I hate that. I hate that
And
push so
that's
much.
good actually. So now I could just go the minion horde. I didn't need to do anything against them. And the important thing is, again, don't play Zap on something like Skami or something else. Just keep the against the bats. And I think I can go and with the
Easy.
Valkyrie, right?
Valkyrie on defense.
Yes.
Do you go
That's
for
such a
another
good-
Lava Hound here or Balloon?
I think I
Fireball.
just fireball it and
Makes
then
sense.
play a
Okay,
loop.
that makes sense. I didn't think the minion horde was coming down.
Yeah, and actually, it's a pretty good matchup for me. He doesn't have something against like the Inferno Dragon and the Loon. You can see it. You can fireball the minion horde, you can zap the bats, and that's how you can take damage. And I play again my Tombstone just that he can't play Giant Skami in the pocket.
But that's very important because I don't think this is a typical matchup where it's just offense versus offense, and he can't defend you, but you figured out how to defend him, and that's super important because defending with Lava Hound is probably the hardest thing. Like learning the defensive mechanics of Lava Hound, getting optimal value from your Tombstone, your minions, your Inferno Dragon, your Valkyrie, and little things like that. That's what makes you a legend, Carl.
Thanks. Okay. So
That was
you
cheesy.
just
I'm
have
sorry.
Balloon and fireball is enough. Yeah, that's a 102 again. I played it bad at the start, but just because of the good cards, I could win this.
Simple. Easy. GG, well played. Is there like a worse matchup for LavaLoon right now, or maybe more specifically your deck?
Actually, E-Giant, I would say.
Oh, I think we already asked that. I think we already did that. Yeah, E-Giant's kind of broken. I think everybody knows that. Now we are officially LavaLoon gods. Well, at least thanks to Carl the Legend. Shout out to Carl the Legend for coming on the channel. If you guys want more LavaLoon gameplay, definitely check out his Twitch channel. He streams all the time on it. Link's gonna be in the description below. And if you want more YouTube LavaLoon gameplay, well, you're in luck because Carl the Legend has his own YouTube channel. Here's one of his videos. Feel free to check it out, and I will see you guys later. Deuces.